Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode. This episode is on the 156. So, what are these numbers? These numbers are the 6 is vision and acceptance, the 5 is freedom and discipline, and the 1 is creativity and confidence. All right, let's start off with a quote. Those on the 156 life path are here to work through issues involving idealism, independence, and creative energy. Finding creative ways to uplift others by first accepting themselves, then sharing their vision with others. You are a life path 6, and I hope that you watched the life path video 6 already. If you don't, you can still watch that one after this and also check out the 5 and the 1. So let's start with the 1 because the 1 is most easiest for me, and then we'll work up towards we're going from the least strength to the most that you have in your chart, because the further away it is from the 6, the less prominent it is in your life path number. So 1, 5, 6. So let's start with the 1. The 1 is creativity and confidence. And the creativity is that you are a really creative person. You get a lot of creativity through you, but you do lack some confidence. And this is not in all areas of your life, but when you are watching this, or maybe you're watching this for someone else, but if this is you, then you know where you are lacking some confidence. And if not, then you are just you're either not aware of it yet, where it is, that you are not seeing it, because I thought I'm an 11, so I have for me this is a bit more prominent in my chart. I never viewed myself as someone who was insecure and was lacking confidence, but actually there were so many things where I could actually pinpoint it, but they were all in my blind spot. So it can still be in your blind spot. The other thing is, if it's not in your blind spot and you don't have it, then congratulations, you've already mastered this path. And one of the things of the 1 is the opinion of others. This is where the confidence part comes in and kicks in. So if there are any things that you are not doing because of others, then this is because of the 1 that's in your chart. So blame it on the 1. But I do believe that you pick this life path yourself before actually coming here. I should make some videos on that as well, because there's a lot of interesting stuff there too. But either way, you are super creative, but you really have to own it. And that's the funny thing. Once you, for example, you have a lot of really good ideas, and if you are still working your number in the negative a little bit, or in the dark side, you are still seeing you have a lot of ideas, but for example, if you are in a group, it's hard for you to actually share them with others, because others might think stuff about it, and you don't want to get shut down, because there are some other numbers that are they work a lot different than you do. So when you come up with an idea, instead of what you are seeing is you are even more than most, because you are a 1 but also a 5 and also a 6. And this is one of the most amazing combinations in numerology, because you also have the 5, which is the freedom. And freedom, one of your downfalls there can be discipline, but with the freedom, your focus can be towards short-term things, but because you have the 6, and the 6 is vision, so you have the long-term vision, but you also have the overview. So you have the freedom and the overview, And I think this is a really powerful combination. So this is not a master number, not the 1-5 is not, but I think this could be as powerful as a master number, because you have some of these things that when they stack up, they are really, really powerful. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So in these groups, when you have your ideas, you actually go way beyond where I can go, because I'm an 11, so I'm a double 1. I am more creative, or I can tap into more creativity. But I have more is holding me back, that I can actually convey that correctly to other people. And for you, that is a bit easier, and you have the perspective, the helicopter view. So that's really powerful. But if you are still working something that you're feeling a little bit insecure about, then this is really something you should be doing. And the thing is, if you work from your the farthest away number, so for you the 1, that challenge will be a little bit easier. So if you want to overcome that fear of what people think of you, you can just lean into that and just go all in. And once you have conquered that, you go over to the 5, and then there you will learn how to really use your discipline. And then you will go over to the 6, and the 6 you always have to, well, it's easiest to fix these things first, because, well, one is that it's kind of like psychological, because it's easier. It's kind of the same if you have 3 debts, and like one is 100, let's say one is $10, one is $100, and one is $1,000. I can start with the $1,000, and that it might be, let's say that there's even the most interest is on the $1,000. Then for your head, it's like, okay, I should start with the $1,000, because it will save me money in the end. But what I found, and I've gone through this process, what helps me best is I get rid of that smallest first, because first I had 3 debts. I get rid of the 10, I get rid of the 100, and now I'm gonna fully focus on that $1,000 and get that. Even if that will cost me $10 more in the end, psychologically this works better for me, because I can use the snowball effect. And that snowball effect is really powerful. And it will show you results up front. And if you would start with this one and you would have paid off like 200 or $300, and the other 2 are still there, you have not gained any momentum yet, and you might even lapse your next payment because it's not fulfilling. And then eventually you have to pay some fines on this one, and those are still open as well, and you're not paying those because you're not paying those, and that's the whole thing kind of can explode. So yes, the best thing would be to pay off that one first and then those 2, but the way I work, this does not work for me. So you have to decide how this works for you. You have a little bit of the 1 energy, so maybe that's why this approach would work for you as well. But I would suggest start with the lowest and then work your way up. All right, so gain the confidence, then we move up to number 5. And the number 5 is freedom and discipline. And this means you are with the 1. The 1 is already kind of floating towards things they like, creativity. And then you have that with the 5 as well. Because the 5 is all for freedom. They will just do whatever they feel like doing, if they are working it in the positive. And in the negative, you will also do that, by the way, because if you're doing it in the negative, but you're also kind of doing it like detrimental to yourself. And in the most positive, for the 5, what's really important is that you set some sort of boundaries. And since we were already on the money example, and I also have the same example in the 5, so I'll keep it short. Let's say you can buy anything with the money you have. So you have now you have $2,000, but you have to pay all your utilities and your rent and everything. You still have to pay that. What you can do is do nothing, and then you will just go all over the place with your 5 energy. You will take that freedom. You're like, oh wow, there's this holiday here. I'm just gonna book it, and it's it's $1,000. Bam, I booked it. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go for drinks tonight, $100. And at some point you're like, ah crap, I still have to pay my my rent and my utility and my food and my drinks and whatever for the entire month or 2 weeks, whatever, however that works in your country. While on the other hand, how you can really focus on that 5 is you have a spending budget. Let's say the American way. You have 2 weeks, you have $100. You can do with that $100 whatever you want, but that's it. So you can, and this is where it gets interesting for you, because you are a 1, so you are really creative. So you can make the most of these $100. Maybe you get creative and you make even more money, or maybe you get creative because you're doing a lot of small things and it feels like you're doing 1,000 things just for that $100. But that one is up to you. Maybe you're getting the 6 energy in there and you're more going for investment in long-term things, because that's what brings you a lot of fun and freedom and things and excitement. So this is where you have to see what works for you. But either way, the 5 is really powerful once there's some discipline there. If there's no discipline, then you can easily crash and burn. And this is not because you're doing it wrong. It's more that this is who you are, and it's more, let's say that you are really strong, but you don't know how to use your muscles, and maybe you end up, and this is kind of a not nice example. I'll tone it down a little bit. Let's say that you're playing with a dog, and you're so strong that you unintentionally break its leg or something, because you are so strong, because you can't really channel your energy. You're just too strong. And that's with the 5 as well. You really need to be able to not dial it down, but know what you're doing, and do it more intentional, because the 5 can be all over the place, because it's one of the probably the most fun numbers to be around, because they will go, oh, I like this, I'm going there. And let's say tonight there's a football match that you really want to go to. Hey, let's go to this match. And like, okay. They are looking for, and they and you, looking for external things to interest them. And not all of them, by the way. You also have the people that, the 5s that are a little bit more introverted, and they love to read books, or they love to watch their TV shows. But one thing that is with the 5, if that's what you're doing, I do recommend that you also get outside of the house, because by going on these adventures by yourself, just in your head, through movies or books or anime or manga or whatever, you are depriving the rest of the world of your amazing being, your amazing skill set. So you are the life of the party. You need to be somewhere, and I don't mean literally a literal party. I just mean your company is really valued. So make sure that you are also in the real world, so other people can enjoy your energy and raise their vibrations by just being there and being you. All right, then we go towards the 6 energy, and the 6, as we said, is vision and acceptance. And for all these numbers, the first thing I'm saying is your strong suit, the second thing I'm saying is also your strong suit, but it's something that can go towards the negative, and it can kind of rip apart the whole system, or it can make the whole system. So with this, for example, the discipline for the 5, if you have that discipline, you can use that freedom to the best of your capacities, and it will be amazing for everyone. The same for the 6. If you can have the acceptance, you will be able to really apply your vision to the world, and that's what we need you to do. We as the people. All right, let's go into the chart a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, you are inspired and uplifting, and you reveal visions of new possibilities and a brighter future. You're also a high-minded strategist. Yeah, and it's just all the good parts, just awakening people from the mundane into the more sublime or peaceful, liberated being that they really are. You are the one that can shake things up, but also not just short term, but also long term. That's why I like that the 5 and the 6 are in this chart. So you are a this is something you can be really grateful for, that this is in your chart. A lot of people that are going about their life and they're kind of like in a rut. You're the person that can pull people out of their rut, and I think this is this could actually be your business model. If there's something that you are good at, I will go into more detail with some of the professions that you can do in this video. But this is one that pops into my head, not head, but head, immediately. So, yeah, just think about it. You're the kind of like the disturber, but you're not disturbing people. You're just pulling them out of the rut. I don't know. Yeah, you show people the perfect way to freedom. Yeah, but one thing I didn't mention yet is that the piece about acceptance. I didn't really explain that yet. So, what is that all about? The acceptance is mostly about you accepting yourself for who you are, but you also you reflect this upon others, and then you are saying that others aren't good enough. So you can be really picky if your discipline is still in the negative. So what you are doing in that sense is that whenever you are doing something, you are also comparing yourself to others, and if they're doing it better, then you're not doing it good enough. And one thing is that, for example, this video, let's say I'm a 6 now. This video is perfect, but because my hair is a little bit too long, this whole video, I should get rid of this video. It's no good anymore. You can be really picky with these really intricate details, and it doesn't really matter. Like now my hair is like this, yeah, but okay, if I do it a little bit more like this, yeah, but now you don't really see it, so now it's fine. Whatever. This is a really stupid example, but this is how your mind can work. You can be really perfectionistic, but do know that life is perfect and it's perfectly unfolding in the way it is. And even if you are not where you want to be right now, so let's say there's something not really perfect, like your hair is too long, this is exactly where you need to be right now. And it's perfect, and that's what you have to trust on. And also, that is the acceptance. Accept that this is how it is right now. You don't need to deny that it's not like that. Just accept it and move past it. And if it's something you can change, you can still change it along the way. All right, so let's go into a little bit of the health. An effective routine for you would be to have some essential elements like breathing, stretching, toning, and relaxation. So, for example, Tai Chi would work really good for you, or some light calisthenics would work really well for you. Some of the healing forms that would work really well on you is visualization and hypnotherapy. Because, and this is because of the one is really creative. The 5 is pretty creative as well, by the way, because they will think of a lot of things they can do. By the way, if your 5 energy, the sharp mind that you have, your quick wit, that is also your 5. But everything that has to do with imagery, that has to do with healing, works perfectly for you because of the 1 energy. Some other self-healing mechanisms for you are homeopathy, acupuncture, aromatherapy, color therapy, and all forms of healing with the fewest side effects. Yeah, this is for a lot of types, this is the same thing, but for you, nutrition and exercise, you really have to see what works for you. Don't just follow anyone's program. And well, you can follow programs, but just don't accept that as truth. A lot of these people that are in food or in diets or lifestyle changes with exercise and everything on it, they're telling you that this is the truth. And it is their truth. This is not your truth. And this is one of the things that you really need to pay attention to. If you're doing these exercises or eating certain foods, feel if it works for you and if it is for you. And this is something that only you can decide, and don't let anyone else tell you what's good for you. You just listen with an open mind, and the 5 is really open-minded, so is the 1, by the way. Just feel it and see if it's for you. Okay, so that's it on health. Let's go to work. I'm interested in that one. So yeah, because you have the 5 energy, you are exploring a lot of different forms of work. And this is the freedom part of the 5. The 5 wants to taste everything. It wants to experience everything and then choose what they really like. As other numbers, they once try something, they like it. Like that's more like the 4 energy. The 4 could, let's say they eat spaghetti for the first time, and then they go into a restaurant. They have spaghetti and pizza. They've never eaten pizza yet. You would go like, ooh, pizza, I don't know what it is. Let's try it. The 4 would go like, ooh, I don't know what this pizza thing is. I will go for the spaghetti. That's a safe choice. So this is for you with work as well. You will try out a lot of things, explore what you like, and then you will eventually find something that really works for you. So this might direct you into, let's say, writing, acting, exploring, coaching, and occupations where you feel comfortable, where you feel comfortable being different and can help to shape people and ideas into something more. Also, all the creative endeavors could be yours because you have that 1 energy as well. And anything that has to do with freedom. So the finances, your finances, reflect your creative output. Okay, I'll read this part out loud for you. The finances of your type reflect your creative output. If you don't find your focus as you wait for the perfect opportunity, you'll feel a lack on many levels. But if you produce something practical and useful, something people can use today, not in the distant future, and if your ideals inspire you to creative endeavors, the reward appears and you prosper. So this is, I don't like the way this was written. That's also because I changed the words while reading it. But so create something practical and useful, something that people can use today. And your ideals are from your 6 energy, will inspire to creative ventures. And you are really suitable to be a business owner or an entrepreneur, because you have the 1 energy. The 1 and the 5 are good freelancers, but also good business owners. The 6, I think that the 6 in general could be a really good person to have in your team, like a manager. So with all these energies combined, you can either go into, for example, leading teams with your vision, either for yourself or for a company. That's totally up to you. But that's something that's really really interesting for you, and I think you would go really well, and you can earn a lot of money by doing what you love. And this is for every type. Do what you are best at doing, and you will make money almost automatically. Okay, let's go to the final topic, which is relationships. So you tend to idolize people out of proportions to their actual quality and characteristics. And this is that you easily put people on pedestals, and once they do something wrong, you will toss them off that pedestal as quickly as you put them up there. The only thing is that they can't really get back on that pedestal anymore, because you've seen their flaws, and you will your focus will be more towards those flaws, and this is that perfectionism piece within your 6 energy. So if this is what you are doing, if you know that people that fell off their pedestal, that's not actually because they did something wrong. It can be, but usually it's not that. It's more that you saw something in them that initially you did not see, because you put them really high, as you idolized them, and then you saw that they were actually human, and then they fell off the pedestal in your head. And this is not something that they did. It's something that you are doing. And for you, this is the comparing yourself or comparing others to others. That's something you can try to let go as much as possible. And this will really help you within all of your relationships, not just your love relationship. Okay, I will keep it at that. Then I want to go through some other things. So these are some guidelines, and this is interesting. So pay attention to this part. Guidelines and recommendations. These are four of them. Hold to your vision and reach it through discipline. So this is a nice one, because this is hold to your vision, which is the 6, and reach it through discipline, which means that you have to master the 5 energy first before you can do this, and then also overcome that insecurity about it. So hold your vision even when you're insecure, and reach it through discipline. That would be even more complete. Those would have all 3 energies in it. So second one, harness your creative energy with patience. Patience is from the 6. They can be really patient if they're working it in the positive. The third one, visualize what you want and let your vision inspire you. And this is the 1 and the 6 energy. The visualization from the 1, and using the vision in your visualization of the 6 to kind of give it this extra boost. And the last one is find the perfect freedom inside you. And this is completely the 5. Okay, so here I have a couple of questions for you where you can reflect upon. And yeah, also write down these questions and write down the answers for yourself. So these are 4 questions. So feel free to pause it. I will say each sentence one time. And you can pause it and write it down, or whatever, however you want to do it. Question number 1. In what way is my present situation perfect? Question number 2. Can I apply my high ideals and creative vision in practical ways? Question 3. Where can I find perfect freedom or justice? Question 4. Can I love and accept myself, my partner, and my world right now? Okay, so after you have answered these 4 questions, and you can do that now or at the end of this video. This video will be a couple of minutes more. Answer them all and see how these insights that you have gained, how you can put these into practice. So that will be question number 5. But you do this on all these 4 answers. So how can I put these insights into practice? All right, where to go from here? First off, thank you so much for watching up until this point. I really appreciate it, and I would really like a like or a sub on my channel. And why should you sub? That's easy, because you still have to watch a couple of other videos. So some of the videos that are already out there is the 1 video, life path number 1, life path number 5, and life path number 6. You can already watch those online, but subscribe and put the notifications on so you can really go into the laws. And I think there are 5 laws for you. And these are laws on all 3 of these energies. So the 1, the 5, and the 6. So first we have the law of perfection. I will put this in the show notes, by the way. The law of perfection. High vision can inspire us, but excellence is the best we can achieve. The law of flexibility. Staying flexible, we make the best use of difficulties and changing circumstances. The law of present moment. Impatience and regrets dissolve in the recognition that only now exists. The law of discipline. Discipline brings the focus and depth of experience that leads to inner freedom. And the last one is the law of cycles. Life is a circle of repeating changes, rising and falling like the seasons. So these are all videos that you can watch. So in total, including this video, you have 9 videos that you can watch, which can overwhelm you, but it can also excite you. That's how I work. I would be excited right now. Like the 1 energy will be excited. The 5, not so sure. And the 6 is for the vision, the long term. You would like, I think this you would be okay with this. Unless you are really impatient, then this might not work as good for you. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Much love from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.